There is relief across the country. People are getting back to work. People are getting back out of their houses. They've started meeting people again. People have started traveling, taking holidays after a most shocking experience, one can easily say, in our lifetimes. Not just in one place, not in one city, pan India. But things are looking good. The case numbers have retreated as rapidly as they went up. So once again, we think that life has to get on. We have to move on. So what do we do this time around? Because the last time when the doctors told us that a second wave will come, we didn't really want to believe them. We didn't think that 2021 could be worse than 2020. Could it? Well, it was. And now we are being told third wave. Now, let's just do a non-scientific analysis of what's happened. The UK and the US were going through their second wave in the early part of January, February. Remember that UK Prime Minister was supposed to come here for January 26th, Republic Day. He cancelled because the UK was in the middle of the second wave, and we couldn't understand why, principally because we had a few thousand cases going on in India, that's it. As we speak, UK doctors are now confirming on record that it is their assessment that the third wave has begun in the UK. So if you just do the back of the envelope, the lag was about 3 to 4 months between what happened in the US and the UK and then when it hit India. So they've confirmed that with more than 10,000 cases a day and rising. Remember, the Indian figure is now declining, but in the UK, it's 10,000 cases per day and rising. It's not exponentially rising, so it's not doubling every couple of days, but it's 10,000 cases a day and rising. Remember, the UK only has a population of about 60 million. Okay, to put that into perspective, that's just 6 crore as compared to 130 crore. The population of the UK is less than half the population of UP. That's it. And they are now reporting 10,000 cases a day and rising. Now, there are various estimations, whether you want to take the AI algorithms which are coming out of Korea, which are predicting, various mutations. But some are saying 6 to 8 weeks. That's Randeep Guleria from AIMS. Others are saying early part of August. That's when we are expecting a third wave. Now, what does that mean? Obviously, the UK now has vaccinated pretty much one dose more than 75% of its population. The United States has vaccinated one dose at least 70% of its population. So, will that make a difference? And if so, how much? Because what we don't want is the same thing to repeat. So we've got, let's say, another 3 months, okay, 12 weeks put aside to get as many people vaccinated as possible. So the figure in Delhi, for example, has hit 60 lakhs. So in Delhi, about 30% of the population has now got at least one dose, and about 10% roughly, right, under 10% has got both doses. Let's pick up this conversation. On the broadcast with me, I have Padma Shri Dr. Mohsin Wali is with us, Dr. Rahul Bhargav is with us, Dr. Ishwar Girada is joining us as well. Dr. Wali, I'm sure you've been checking out the reports that are coming out of the UK, sir. So they are saying third wave is here. What does that tell us about our scenario?
Yes, I think what you summarized was very appropriate. And I have just now got the latest data of 19th June, which says 10,075 cases, 7-day average of 8,925.
Yeah.
With this speed. And you see that doctor who is a student of mine, he told that it is scattered. It is in the pockets like near Heathrow, Southall, where there are more Asians, and also at the Brentford. Otherwise, in central London and around London, they have achieved vaccination to its maximum number of people, 42 million first dose and 31 million second dose, and total vaccination given 73 million. That is the total first and second dose combined. So they had a peak very recently, and they were alarmed. Actually, they were talking about third wave much earlier. So this is their alarm. As you said, they are very careful about repetition, and that is why they have advanced the lockdown, which was to open tomorrow. They have advanced it further. So this is how they are trying to control, and they are trying to, there is a race. You see, the article which came today and which we all have read, the most striking words there is a race between the speed of corona and the vaccination. This occurred to me to note it 3 times in one article. The same thing they are putting race. So we have to run against corona. This should be the message of today's
Okay, but Dr. Wali, the UK is in the best case scenario. So half the population, 50%, we were talking about 70% target, okay, for vaccination.
Yes.
They've already given half the population both doses. Almost 2/3 of the population has got 1 dose. So they are in the best case scenario. India is not in the best case scenario. We're still at about 250 million. So we are still looking at less than 20% of the population that's got 1 dose. So after having done so many vaccinations, do you then suspect that the third wave will be less invasive, or we don't know, simply don't know?
No, you see, there are 2 components of this third wave. One is the mutant virus, which they are finding
the Delta variant, yes.
That Delta variant, and we have Delta Plus also. And the second is their vaccinated population. So what they are scared is, and they have again used the word Indian variant, which they should normally not have used.
We also use the word UK variant. Yeah, but okay.
They are more concerned about the Delta variant because it may defy their vaccination program, as we have discussed earlier. So this is the only danger with Delta, and Delta Plus we have already talked about that it tries to defy the monoclonal antibody cocktail. So these are the dangers in their mind, and they are very sensitized.
Okay, now the studies coming out mostly out of the UK. Yeah, we were discussing this just a few days ago. They've done about 600,000 genomic samples, okay? And the new studies on a basis of about 15,000 are coming out of the UK suggesting that with a single dose, the Delta variant of one particular vaccine, efficacy comes down to less than 50%, but with a double dose, it goes back up to 67%.
Yeah, they worked it out 30 and 80.
Yeah, 30 and 80. So for Delta variant, double vaccination is proving to be effective. Single vaccination, not as much.
Sorry to interrupt you. That is why they are planning about the booster dose as well.
Okay, so what's the lesson to be learned here? Let's get Dr. Bhargav, who wants to come in also. Dr. Bhargav, what are we learning of the lessons, presuming that there's a lag of 2-3 months of the peaks and troughs there versus here?
So Rishabh, there are 2 things very differently needs to be seen. I'm a proponent that third wave is not going to come, okay? And I'll prove you why in next 30 seconds. Why? Because whatever cases which you are seeing in London, 10,000 plus, they are all from people who have either not been vaccinated or who have younger subgroups or children. One. Second subset, people who have got only 1 dose of vaccination. So what it means, that double dose of vaccination provides you better immunity. Now comes to the Indian scenario. The seroprevalence data in India is going to tell you whether the third wave is going to come or not. Because this time, the second wave, the Delta variant was a predominant one. 40% people got affected with the Delta variant. Now, if you assume that 50 to 60% people are seroprevalent positive, that they have an antibodies, plus a 5% to 6% people who have been double vaccinated, double doses, that takes to us to 60 to 65% people in a given scenario. The third wave can only come if the seroprevalence data shows that we are still less than 30%. One, the vaccination 2 doses has not been received, or the genomic data, even the Delta Plus variant or the Mohsen Ali Wali was saying about, Delta Plus variant does not evade the antibodies which has been prevalent after the natural infection or the vaccination. So unless there's a major drift of the virus where the new variant comes into the genomic analysis which are going to come by, which if you would have done in Amravati in February, we would have not landed with a second wave, the kind of wave which we landed up. So third wave might be a ripple. It will not lead to more severity. It might just be the numbers for 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 1 lakh, but it will not lead to more hospitalization and the more deaths which has happened this way. Because the UK data past 3 weeks clearly shows that even people are 91% cases are accounted to Delta variant, that is not leading to increased mortality. So UK is suffering through a Delta variant in those people who are unvaccinated. We need to vaccinate people.
Okay, genomic surveillance needs like I mentioned at the beginning, sir, the UK is because they have a small population, they are in the best position. Okay,
Rishabh, we have got
they started the vaccination the month before us. They've reached 50% of the population has got both doses. 2/3 have got. We won't get there by August. we won't have two-thirds of our population.
We have got 50% people who are infected, Rishabh. We need not reach to the second dose, but we have 50% sero surveillance will show you definitely, which is going to come to the month's end, which is going to show 50%
okay, Dr. Bhargav,
of
what's
us
your
are
best
infected.
hope? What's the best hope? Okay, now we've got Sputnik, which is now beginning to roll out. I know vaccine production is being ramped up. Best hope next 2 months. How many more? Can we do another 100 million in 2 months?
Probably yes. So the best guess is that you need to ramp up the vaccination to 1 crore a day. Appropriate COVID appropriate behavior, and third most important thing is the genomic surveillance. Genomic surveillance will help you, Rishabh, to know which place to lock down, which place to
genomic surveillance very poor in India right now. We had this conversation. The UK has done 6 lakh genomic surveys. They do cost money. Okay, but compared to lockdown and economic cost, they don't cost anything. India has only done about 15,000-20,000 of these sequencing.
Right, Rishabh. So economic cost versus genomic testing. Genomic testing will still be cost benefit.
Okay, so genomic sequencing and getting the samples in genomic sequence so that we know which variant is
Rishabh,
now the call of
people
the day.
every day. So yesterday numbers in Delhi was 135. Why just can't we just pick up our 135 people, do the genomic analysis and do the genomic surveillance to know whether
you are saying in Delhi, for example, you can do 100% of every single case found. Right now, you can potentially do 100% genomic sequencing. It costs some, I think, 10,000 rupees, 12,000 rupees, and I'm sure if you do it scale, you can reduce that cost.
It will come down.
It's about, remember, 15 months ago, we couldn't even do an RT-PCR test in this country, okay?
Right.
So now we can. We are doing lakhs of them per day. Delhi has now done more RT-PCR tests in total than the population. So we've done about 2.2 crore tests, RT-PCR tests in this city, and the population is 2 crore. Dr. Gilada, best case scenario that we manage in the next couple of months another 100 million. I know we want to do 10 million a day, but that's probably not going to happen. So let's say we do another 100 million. So 350 million people in India are vaccinated. In a place like Delhi, we cross 50% vaccination, which I think we can do in the next 2 months. Will that help us have a lower impactful third wave than what we've just seen last month?
Rishabh, you are right. Third wave is going to come. I disagree with Rahul that third wave is not going to come here or in London. Actually, if you look at the waves in London or UK, this is a fourth wave. What they call the second wave as a second and third wave combined as a young type of graph. So their second wave, they count from at least October till April, 6 months. And now they are looking at third wave. Now in India, number one, what Rahul is saying that 50% people could be positive already because of sero survey, and 5% people vaccinated. But we don't know whether vaccinated people are from that 50% or not. So in India, there is no categorization. So we cannot mix and match of two populations or two people. Secondly, we require minimum 60 to 70% of herd immunity. So we require, you count 70, not 60, because we always tend to count lower figure. So third wave is going to come, but third wave will not be powerful as second wave. However, we should be prepared. Even if third wave comes today, we should be prepared.
So what do we prepare? Now we have a to-do list. The oxygen, now we are in better shape. I think 22 of those oxygen plants have now been inaugurated in Delhi just a few days ago. So we are capable now in Delhi of producing our own oxygen. So we learned that one major lesson. We still don't have a treatment routine. We don't know what works. Everything is experimented. So how do we prepare better? Dr. Rahul Bhargav is saying do more genomic testing. What can we do, Dr. Gilada?
Rishabh, we know what doesn't work. So at least that is good enough. Earlier, all the prescriptions were 10 to 12 medicine. Now we know that 2 or 3 medicine which are required only symptomatic care, that works. We have that number of medicine. We have that number of medical people to take care of them. We have that number of beds available. We have that number of oxygen. And now we are wiser than the first wave, second wave gap, because in the first and second wave gap, the so-called projection council, National Projection Council told us second wave is not going to come. So government was
okay, so now we are expecting it. It might take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it's now about how bad it gets. I don't think it's going to happen. It's about how bad. So the cases are not going to be 100 a day forever. Okay. They're going to go up and down, so there are going to be peaks and troughs. Now the question is, how bad will the next peak will be, and how well prepared? Dr. Bhargav wants to make an interjection, and Dr. Mali, then I need to take a short mid-break. Dr. Bhargav, go ahead.
Dr. Ishwar, just an interjection. The reinfection rates with a person who had in the first infection is only 5%. In Italy, it was 0.3%. If the sero prevalence shows that 60% of people in Delhi are already been affected.
But Dr. Bhargav, the sero prevalence soared 30%, when it was done Diwali time, okay? And we were thinking the same thing. So what changes this time? Does it last 3 months, 6 months?
The numbers, the ferocity of this time and getting affected with the Delta variant, where the antibodies, the natural antibodies are going to compete with the vaccination antibodies. So this combination, if you see the algorithm, simple algorithm, natural infection plus the vaccination should be 70%. Okay. Natural infection plus vaccination.
You're hoping that by the end of, let's say, July, we'll be between natural infection and, because the figures you have to multiply by 10 times, I'm guessing, okay? And between the vaccination of 300 odd million people or 350 million people, we'll be in an okay shape where if it does come, the numbers do increase, they're not going to be what they were in April and May.
Yes.
Dr. Wali, now that's hoping for the best. What is the preparing for the worst? So we've learned the lesson on oxygen, hopefully. Okay. I'm hoping every single city is now going to be having local, within the hospital, oxygen generation plants. That's the lesson. What other thing can we do to make our lives a bit easier?
Vaccinate. Yeah, I saw a pickup of vaccination counts, and if with the same speed we go on vaccinating in the next 6 months, we would be definitely heading for a better outcome. People are coming and talking about third wave. You see, we should not predict talk. I am also against predictions. You see, we are medical people, we have to be prepared, and we don't have to predict. First, the scientific advisor of the Prime Minister initiated this, Dr. Raghavan. Then came yesterday or day before yesterday from the Maharashtra Task Force, Dr. Shashank Joshi. Then came Dr. Guleria. You see, we don't have to practice astrology. We have to practice sincerely that our population is vaccinated. This is my biggest point. And number 2 point which I always have in mind is, what about the rural population?
Yeah.
Rural population.
I'll just put that into perspective, just for viewers watching. Okay, so Delhi is vaccinating 77,000.
In my opinion, there is no zero surveillance done on the village.
Yeah, so let me just put that in numbers. You're right. Let's put that in numbers. Just a reality check. Delhi yesterday vaccinated 77,605 people. Okay, in total, 65 lakh people have been vaccinated. 48 lakh have got the first dose. 15 lakh have got both doses. In UP, which has a large rural population. Delhi does not have a rural population, it's an urban metropolis. UP is vaccinating as many people per day as the single city of Delhi. Okay. In Lucknow, about 19,000 per day, which means only 50,000 per day in rest of UP. And there is several problems. Vaccine shortage is not the only problem. There is a problem of people not wanting to take the vaccine, of getting it out there. Now imagine, I did a count yesterday. I have managed to get 27 people vaccinated, between people who work with us, their staff, the families and all that, because after a point they just could not figure out OTP and CoWIN app and registration. A lot of people don't have laptops. On the phone also they can't figure this out. So security guards, their families, 27 people had to physically sit down and get them appointments and send them wherever a camp could be organized so that they could get a shot. So a lot of people who are not tech friendly, we need to figure out a solution. Dr. Gilada, how do we, so hopefully, okay, Dr. Rahul Bhargav is right. So in my family, a few people have already got it and then been vaccinated also. A couple got them immediately after vaccination. Rest of us are now double vaccinated with Covaxin. Others who have got Covishield, hopefully within the next 1 month, unka bhi ho jayega, they'll be finished. Should these people feel more confident about leading their lives, or should we, at a certain point of time, get back into lockdown zone?
See, those people who have been infected and those people who have been vaccinated, they should always feel confident. But at the same time, use mask so they can continue working full time. And actually, there should be a strategy with government also, because we have government is running on taxpayers' money. Still, a lot of government officers are running on 15%, 20% staff. And they are not, as Rahul said, 50% people are already positive in zero surveillance. So let zero surveillance be done in government staff. Those who are already positive, let them work already, because they are just taking holiday, a paid holiday.
Okay, I just want some practical suggestions, sir. So we have one on genomic testing. Okay, should people like, all of us, who have gotten vaccinated, should we get our antibody test done? Is it required?
For vaccinated, antibody test is not required because those tests are very expensive. But for those who have been infected, 1 drop blood test, which is IgG positive, yes, very good test. And only IgG positive, and those people should not be given vaccine. We can defer vaccination by 3 months, 6 months, maybe 9 months. but at least currently 3 to 6 months. Secondly, currently when the shortage of vaccine is there, if we really want a herd immunity, we should have two populations. One is infected, one is vaccinated. So in that case, infected people should not be given vaccine, and thereby we can reach 60-70% easily. Otherwise,
okay, there's a logic. Okay, there's a logic to that. Okay, so testing rates are still high in the country. Good, check. Oxygen preparation is better, check. Bed preparation is better, can't be never be perfect, but better, check. Genomic testing problem, okay, which needs to be fixed. We can't be doing 15,000 genomic tests when the UK is doing 600,000. R&D very, very poor. Okay, we are still relying on data from Brazil and reports from the UK, or reports from the UK. We hardly have any of our own. That means we're not doing R&D on this. So we need to be better. Yeah, Dr. Lara, quickly.
We cannot copy. If they are doing genomic sequence, they act on it. If they do serosurveillance, they act on it. India has been doing serosurveillance, we have never acted on it. So it's the fourth row of serosurveillance going on. We have not taken any action based on that.
Dr.
So even if we do genome sequencing, we are not going to take any action.
But we should be doing it for some data to exist. Okay, Dr. Bhargav, then I get Dr. Wali back. Dr. Bhargav.
Genomic testing will play a crucial role like an RT-PCR, Dr. Ishwar and Rishabh. Why? Because the moment you see a variant of concern which is highly infective, which can evade the natural antibodies, that's a place you need to lock down. This time this has to be a database lockdown. It cannot be a pan-India lockdown. It increases, the GDP fall has been tremendous and people's economic suffering goes up tremendously.
So places where you can see the Delta plus variant, okay, because a lot of people have been genomically sequenced. That there is some logic, so that we are having, there is some logic to it, fair enough. Dr. Wali, what are the preparations that we need to do, okay? Because how do we improve the situation? Delhi 2 weeks ago getting a vaccine was a nightmare on the CoWIN app, okay? For as much as they say there wasn't, I personally had to sit for 3.5 hours, okay? Bot, no bot, this bot, that bot, doesn't make a difference. 3.5 hours of logging in, logging out, logging in, logging out, refresh, OTP, and it was fastest finger first, like playing KBC, okay? Got it. Now it's much easier. Okay, now there are slots available and you can log in and get. Dr. Wali, that's a known problem. Any unknown problems that we can improve the situation on?
No, movement of the people has to be restricted, and 1 and 2 counts should be done. Testing should not be slowed down, and as was discussed just now, we should do a simpler test, that IgG test. This would help a lot. Number 2, vaccination has to be sped up, and once we pick up the pace, we have not to slow it down. So these are the 2 methods, short methods, and people should be.
I have one more question, Dr. Wali.
Please.
Yeah, Dr. Wali, last time around, okay, in Bombay happened, we were sitting in Delhi, the trains were running, the planes were running, but the logic was, let's go very slow for obvious economic reasons. Very slow. I mean, up until late April, weddings were still happening, markets were still open, okay? And then an explosion happened within 10 days. It went up so fast, it was unimaginable. Nobody wanted to even use the word lockdown. They were calling it night curfew, weekend curfew, because it becomes an anathema. We have automatic, sir. I'm just
lockdown is the most potent medicine.
Dr. Wali, practical question. Right now the case 135 per day. If it crosses a particular threshold, should there be automatic restrictions?
Practical is, I am seeing, everybody seeing people are lax, so they should be cautioned not to become lax for the use of mask. Mask has to be prevalent.
Yeah.
And number 2, speed of vaccination.
1 second, Dr. Bhargav.
Speed of vaccination has to be maintained, and more vaccines have to be prepared.
Okay, but we are now in unlockdown phase, whether we like it or not. It's unlockdown is going slowly. I was just in Bombay. Bombay is still with a very low caseload, still in what they are calling level 3. Level 1 means fully open almost. Level 5 means total lockdown. So they are still in the middle. Dr. Bhargav, I have a practical question. At what point of time? Last time the Delhi caseload went 8,000, 9,000, and we still did not impose lockdown. Should there be an automatic variant that once it hits 5,000 per day, lockdown automatic?
Absolutely right, Rishabh. The Singapore brought the lockdown at 32 cases. London brought the lockdown at 1,000 cases. So the important thing is, the moment your test positivity rate starts going more than 1% to 2%, bring the lockdown. Start putting it in measures. And you see, this time also nobody has worked. None of the governments except the lockdown. The lockdown has become the most potent medicine, more potent than remdesivir.
If the thumb rule, Dr. Bhargav, was that until the hospital system collapses, lockdown not required, that thumb rule is now out the window.
Yes.
Absolutely right. You have to act before, you have to act fast, and you have to
We are
preempt
back to
and
go hard, go
prevent.
fast. Okay, Dr. Gilada, do we need to, because it's a political decision, it's not easy because people's livelihoods are matter. So some of us can still live off our savings for 1 month. For those people earning day to day, this is a genuine, very real problem. So how do we take the politics out of it? Petrol prices, we have to take the politics out of it and make it automatic, right? Do we make this automatic that look, once your hospital caseload goes above 40% or 50%, once the daily cases goes up by this percent, automatic lockdowns?
Rishabh, lockdown is one of the solution. It's not the only solution. The best solution is mask. There is no Delta variant of mask. So mask is same whether whichever variant come. And our country is a hero worshipping country. If our heroes do not wear mask, we don't. So what you are saying that till April people were not wearing masks because our heroes were carrying out electioneering
Sir,
campaign.
जितना कर लो सर, I was watching French Open, वो कहाँ मास्क पहना हुआ है ऑडियंस में लोगों ने वहाँ पर, ठीक है? We keep criticizing Indians. Nobody is wearing more. Same thing they do under the thing. It happens.
Because
Football Euro is going on. With who's wearing masks? Then nobody's wearing.
Because
It's
if
a genuine
you
problems.
propagate
That's why I
mask
asked
is
you a
for
genuine
law.
question.
If you propagate mask is for law, then that is the situation. If you say mask is for yourself, for your family, your children, and for preventing the third wave or death and hospitalization,
Sir, you are being right. I am being practical. Okay, you are being right. I am being practical. That there, if we want 100% people wearing masks, is not going to happen. Okay, I promise you, media organization. You walk into my office, it still has to be imposed. And I say we election in the entire country. How can you guys not be wearing masks?
This time lockdown is very bad. They took
It's not easy. It's not easy. I'm out of time. Quickly, Dr. Wali, 30 seconds, sir.
Just one thing, fear of not wearing mask will do in India. You are right, absolutely right. Unless that people are fear of the financial fines, they would never wear mask. They have to be really made fearful to this. If we are going out with our truck, we will be challaned, we will be fined, our photographs will be taken by the traffic police, and same should be implemented in smaller cities.
Okay, so on masks, we still need to keep hammering this home. Last word, Dr. Bhargava, 30 seconds, sir.
I think more of a genomic testing along with the practicality of a lockdown needs to be kept in mind. The moment the number starts going up, you need to bring a lockdown earlier rather than being late.
Okay.
And COVID appropriate behavior has to be propagated in a given constraint. Whosoever follows it. Vaccination needs to round up to 1 crore per day.
Okay, 10 million we need to do vaccines per day. That's of course the golden figure. If you're sitting at home, fingers crossed, wear a mask. Okay, if you step out, it's not that difficult. It's become a habit for us. Don't think it's over. That's the mistake we made last time, and then friends and loved ones are now dead.